I attempted to connect to my audience for my first production title by having a sort of family-friendly tune to it. For example, having a joyful music and bright colours. This is because it is unlikely that my production company would focus only on social realism films. Therefore, they would need to have a wider audience, such as family members and children, in order to gain advertising for other genres of films. At the start of my research, I asked my audience whether it was more important to see the location or characters first in my opening sequence. The majority said the characters, and I decided to go against this decision and introduce my locations first. This turned out to be a good choice, as when asking my audience's opinion on my first edit, they all commented on how they liked my beginning location shots. This was a good process to use, as I was able to see that my audience can only choose some decisions with visuals, and that they could see the link between the locations and the background of the plot. It was a particularly long process, I feel, until I found the correct music for my opening sequence. I first attempted to find music that would appeal to my audience by listening to music from other social realism films. From this, I was able to get a sense of what genre of music I would choose. In the first stage of editing, my audience mentioned in a group discussion how my opening sequence may be more interesting if I had a song which had lyrics, or a more interesting melody. As this wasn't much to go on, I decided to choose 3 songs in which had a suitable tone for my opening sequence, and then asked my audience what they preferred. By going through this process, I was able to find music that I knew my target audience would enjoy, therefore adding to the value of my opening sequence significantly. As my audience are able to connect to the music and lyrics easier, as it is most likely a genre that they enjoy. For my animatic, I gave my audience a wide range of titles in which they could choose from, and then the option to think of one themselves. This seemed to be a successful process, and the title, Waste My Time, was chosen. However, when my audience watched my animatic, they commented on how the title did not seem to connect to the opening sequence. Because of this comment, I decided it would be a good idea to wait until after my first edit to get a title for my film, as many changes can happen if I created one any earlier, therefore reducing the relevancy of the title to my opening sequence. Then after my audience watched my first edit, I asked them what title they deemed appropriate. I took these suggestions and various others and based them into a questionnaire so my audience could decide their favourite. I think this was a good process to use whilst choosing my title, as I was able to make sure that my audience would definitely connect with the title and therefore add more of an effect to the plot because of the relevancy of it.